We've done Daegu, we've done Jeonju. Now it's time for a combination of the two. Here are the stadiums and arenas of Daejeon, South Korea. Daejeon World Cup Stadium. This was the first stadium in the country to feature a retractable roof. But when I say retractable, I mean it's actually only semi-retractable. The purpose is to let in more sunshine to help the grass grow, rather than enclose the entire stadium. Wembley Stadium has a similar thing going on. The roofs only attract a little bit, but I suppose that 24 minutes or so of extra sunlight per day could make a big difference. It is nicknamed Purple Arena, despite the fact that it isn't exactly purple. I mean, it's more of a blue. Maybe the seats were once purple and have faded into blue. Weirdly, the club's kit features even less purple. It's mostly teal. Damn, they should have made the seats teal, that would have been great. There's not enough teal in the world. Although I guess the ocean is kind of tealish. Anyway, they have added some teal here and there in the form of banners and boards, which does look alright. This is a solid all-round stadium, although it doesn't have as much in the way of distinctive design features as some of the other 2002 World Cup stadiums. Other than the roof, of course. But you know, some of the other roofs look spectacular, whereas this one's uniqueness is hidden. Hanwha University Comprehensive Stadium is, as you may have guessed, situated on the campus of Hanwha University. That's why you can just walk straight into the stadium from the street. I don't think there's much in the way of ticketed events going on here. The stadium does have a very laid-back vibe to it, mostly owing to these trees and shrubs over here. Seems like a nice place to just sit back and sip on a nice coffee. Whether there's anything going on in the field or not. There is a cafe just 150 meters away. But yeah, the stands are quite far from the field, so if you are one of the 12 people interested in watching the Hanwha University football team, it's not ideal. Chongmu Gymnasium is the biggest indoor arena in the city. It was home to one of Korea professional basketball's founding clubs, but they moved to another city as Korean sports teams tend to do. It's now volleyball that rules the roost, as you can see, being home to both a men's and women's team. I do recall seeing another arena in Korea that was almost the exact same design as this. Even the ceiling was the same. Can't remember which city that was. Either way, looks pretty good I suppose. Almost like a metallic sun shining down on all the people. I don't know. I suppose it's good that there's no center hung video board, as it would obstruct the metallic sun. There is a screen at each end though. Hanwha Life Eagles Park was the home of the Hanwha Eagles for nearly 4 decades. Back in the early days they were known as the Bingray Eagles. And I'd just like to give a shout out to Bingray Cookies and Cream Ice Cream. It is good. You get the big chunks of cookie, but there's also finely ground cookie in the ice cream as well. It doesn't cost much either. There you go, now I expect a lifetime supply of it. Bingray, hit me up. Anyway, enough about ice cream. You may have noticed that this ballpark isn't quite up to the standard of some of the others that were seen in Korea. Some of which are as modern as they come. This one has that old school layout with comparatively little seating behind home plate. Some less than ideal sightlines in places, and from the perspective of the club owners, less opportunities to make money. However, there are some positives. I mean, the second tier up here is right on top of the action. Still, the club clearly had enough of playing in this old school venue whilst their rivals were playing in brand new ballparks. So they built themselves a new home next door. One called Dejon Baseball Dream Park, which really does seem like a dream park. Speaking of dreams, it would be a dream to have a lifetime supply of Bingray Cookies and Cream Ice Cream. Bingray, hit me up. It was also built as part of the club's 40th anniversary celebrations, although the anniversary is in 2026. They definitely did need a new ballpark anyway, so that's probably just a coincidence. It was built on the site of an old athletics stadium. The same thing occurred in Changwon actually. You would think they'd just demolish the old ballpark instead, but I guess they needed the extra space. The design of this ballpark is somewhat similar to the one we saw in Changwon as well, although there are enough differences to distinguish it. The monster wall in right field, for instance. It rises 8 meters high to counteract the slightly shorter dimensions on that side. I also like that the foul poles are done up in the club's particular shade of orange. Who says they have to be yellow? Unlike the green monster in Boston, This one is made of glass so that more spectators can see into the bullpen. But it can also display video. I assume that this is shatterproof. But if not, there's sure to be some spectacular outfield catches. Of course, there is a proper video board as well, and it's a fairly sizable one. Another cool feature is that the orientation of the field is perfectly aligned with Sikjeonsan Mountain, which is the highest peak in the Dejon area, at 600 meters above sea level. That is reminiscent of the ballpark we saw in Monterey, although this mountain is significantly less majestic. It cost a little under $150 million to build this place, and I think they got good bang for their won. My only criticism is that I've yet to be contacted by Bingray, so it looks like that lifetime supply of ice cream isn't going to happen. Good, I didn't want it anyway, it's got a granular texture, it's not creamy enough. Honourable mentions now. Ochion Public Stadium. As you may have gathered from the name, the stadium's open to the public. Now we just have to guess what Ochion means. I'm going to say it's the Korean word for sand castles? There's a little arena next door. Nothing to write home about. Chongmu Gymnasium is a little more special, but still, I wouldn't write home about it. Not worth the stamps, maybe just an email. Hankook Tire Technodome. Nah, this isn't an arena. Hankook is based in Daejeon, and this is their research and development center. Pretty cool. I still think Michelin makes the tastiest tires though. The others are a bit rubbery for my liking. So there you have it. As for my favourite, well, it's obviously Dejon Baseball Dream Park. It's really like a dream of a park, dedicated to baseball, in Daejeon.
Now it's time for extra time.
No interview today, just a tour of the city.
This is the museum. This is the library. This is Shrek. Shrek is my favourite ogre. This is the train station. This is a squid. Not many people know this, but squids can be trained to speak German. Guten Morgen, squid. This one hasn't been trained. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.